girls, now that we've made our organic monsters along with our geometric shapes in the insides and some organic shapes, you are going to trace it with a Sharpie. Next, you're going to erase all the pencil marks that you didn't quite trace over. All right. Now, we've already talked about the warm and cool colors. You're going to choose which group you would like to use today. So, there are the cool colors, greens, blues, and purples, or there are the warm colors, yellows, oranges, and reds. You get to choose which group you want to use today with your paints. I'm going to choose cool colors today, which are green, blues, and purples. And you're going to get to paint your blob monster. Now, when you do this, I'm going to teach you two different watercolor techniques. So you're going to start out by doing what's called dry brush technique. So all of your little details, your arms, your nose, your eyes, everything besides the inside of your body, you're going to do with what's called dry brush technique. So what that means is you don't need a ton of water, and you are going to go in. You're going to have to get it somewhat wet in order to activate the paint, but you don't want a ton of water. Then you're going to go in and you're going to paint each little section. So dry brush technique really just means that your brush isn't super wet, and that way you can really get into those small little details to paint. You want to hold your paintbrush like a pencil so you have a lot of control over it. Now, if your brush is super wet, it won't be as bright and vibrant, the paints won't, so that's why we're going to use dry brush technique. It also helps so that you can stay into those small little details. Alright, now that you have all of your small details painted with the dry brush technique, I'm now going to show you the wet on wet technique. So once you've painted all the details, the insides of your body is going to be with wet on wet. So what you're going to do is you're going to clean your brush really good, and you're going to paint in small sections. You're going to paint the background of your paper white. Not the background, but the body. Once you do that, you're going to grab a color that you want to use, and you're going to start to drop the color down. And it's going to start to spread. You can take other colors and put it right on top. Try to stay in the lines as best as you can. You can even choose to do wet on wet by painting a section. Make sure your section's not too big, because if it's too big, then it'll dry before you drop your paint down and it won't work. So you can take it and drop right on top. When you put the water down, make sure that you stay inside of your lines, because wherever there's water, that's where your paint will spread. And there you've got your blob monster. So let's review real quick. You're going to choose a group, warm or cool colors. Choose which one you want to use. Then you are going to use the dry brush technique, not a lot of water, to do all the details. Then inside of your body, you'll do the wet on wet. So painting with water first and then dropping the colors down, or painting a color and then right on top of that color, dropping another color down. Have fun!